The consumer price index rose at an annual rate of 2.7% in November, lower than what economists predicted and a sign that price pressures may be easing, though there is a bit of an information gap with the government shutdown. Last night during his address to the nation, President Trump said inflation has stopped, but it's only dropped about 1/3% since he took office and remains above the Fed's target rate of 2%. CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady is here to discuss. So, Kelly, what are these numbers telling you, and do you feel that they will still hold with more newer information that could come in?
Well, I'm really glad you brought up the government shutdown, because that's kind of the asterisk on this data that, yes, it was delayed, so you had a better picture of November. But remember, we didn't really get anything for October. We're just sort of working on September, then we got October, or rather November. So I think January is going to give us a better sense of where we are. That being said, we always talk about how the Fed is looking to get to that 2% target. The fact that we're at 2.7 instead of 3, that is progress. But I think what's really important is it doesn't mean that prices are falling across the board. It just means that they are rising at a slower rate. So what does this tell me about the economy overall? Inflation is less of a problem right now than the labor market. Remember, you and I spoke earlier this week. We got that jobs report. Unemployment rate ticked up to 4.6%. That's kind of the bigger sort of red flag right now in the economy.
Okay, so as we talked about with Billy last night, the president talked, trying to tout his economic record, says that he brought down grocery prices, gas prices, and other items. Can you fact check for us?
So in some ways, correct. And in some ways, no, right? You look at gas prices, they have been coming down on some reports, though annually in this one, it's up 0.9%. Some grocery items are down, fresh fruits, a number of other things like peanut butter. But then you look at beef prices up nearly 15%. Some of the things, though, that I'm mentioning, like beef, it has nothing really to do with any of the president's policies. You have drought, you have disease, you have a number of things that are playing in there. But the way that I look at this is the inflation rate on a monthly basis. Okay, over October and November only came in at 0.2%. So at least when we're looking at this, we just sort of take out the annual number. You think about how much prices have risen over the past couple of months. 0.2% isn't a lot, but there are specific items that people are thinking about right now, staples, that have gone up significantly.
Kelly O'Grady, always appreciate your perspective. Thank you.